I am doing my makeup the way I did when I was about 15 or 16. Blast from the past.
I am here to recreate my old makeup that I used to do as a teenager. Specifically, this look.
I was a very big fan of fake tan. And here I am with a big bottle of fake tan.
This would be like an extreme glamour shot, I think, if you were going to call it the MySpace special.
I was a big fan of orange. Like lots of fake tan, lots and lots of foundation.
Back in the day, I was so clueless, but I was veering towards like emo rocker.
I was a weird hybrid because I was a big nerd and geek and I didn't really I dressed kind of like a school teacher.
For some reason in Dublin, growing up in the noughties, the more makeup you wore and the more caked you look, the kind of better.
It was a bold look for a 13-year-old. Look at those brows and that shadow. Looks like I have two black eyes.
This is my vanity case when I was like, you'd say like when you were 8, when I was 16.
So the first step is loads and loads of foundation.
I'm gonna start with a base, which it has to be, of course, at least 4 shades darker than your actual skin tone.
I used to use Dream Matte Mousse. All my friends used to use Dream Matte Mousse. We are all very different shades, but we all use the same shade.
And you know what? You probably didn't even look in the mirror. You're just like, I'm grown up now. I have boobs. I'm gonna use makeup.
And I wasn't even good at putting it on. I just pile it on completely. Not even blend it like.
You don't go near your neck. Don't go near your neck. Who has necks back then? Not me.
So then I put this on, and this was to make it stay. I remember thinking I didn't want to put too much of this on because in case it made you a little bit paler. But we'll just pile it on anyway.
The first thing I'm gonna do is the brows.
For the eyes, it was all about the eyeliner.
For my 16th birthday, my friends got me this delightful, all the glamour colours.
I believe I started a trend with the brows because soon afterwards, everybody just started doing their brows and it was just slugs everywhere.
So that was the eyeliner. And then depending, now this was only on a night at the disco. This wouldn't be this at the moment would be kind of considered everyday wear.
And blending wasn't a thing back then. We're just gonna leave it this way.
But if I was going to say a disco, well then you'd know all about it, and I'd put on some brown eyeshadow over the top. So let's throw a bit of the brown on.
Wait till we get to this purple. It looks like a bruise. Like you could definitely do stage makeup for people. Like definitely, you know, people who are bruised and freezing in the water in the Titanic, definitely use this.
So here was my tip back in the day. Here's how you make any lipstick of any color that you want. You get your black shadow. You know you're gonna do with that black shadow. You're gonna put lip gloss in it.
This definitely came from like a subscription to Kiss magazine. It smells like death and shift and lads.
I was never even a goth. I wasn't even in a goth scene. I sat at home and listened to Phantom of the Opera.
And I used the brown to make the lips look bigger. Get the shape.
So once you have your brows and your lips, we're gonna move on to this very daring eye look.
So just blend it into your apples as if your cheeks weren't chubby enough. God, it looks like someone stubbed out a cigarette in my face.
Oh my god!
And then you get like pennies. These came in a multi-pack. I don't even have glue for them, but they definitely like stuck on somehow.
So this is gonna take about 20 minutes because the amount of mascara I put on myself was ridiculous.
Easy, breezy, beautiful. Oh.
Yeah, so mascara is pretty basic. I haven't changed when it comes to putting on my mascara. I still mess it up and it goes everywhere.
So the most important thing, any like noughties Dublin girl, was the messy side ponytail.
I had a curly bob back in the day. I looked like a maths teacher, so I'm gonna do that.
You coming back, you coming over.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I look like Tim Minchin.
Yeah, I looked adorable. I think that's why I was doing this sort of makeup. I was like, I'm not cute, you guys. very sexy 13-year-old girl.
As a kid, you buy the cheapest stuff going because that's all you can afford. But like, I now understand what it means to buy proper makeup.
Young ones these days, they have makeup gurus, but they also have affordable makeup as well.
I still love my orange. I do. I do like my face being darker. I'm a very naturally pale person and I think it's an Irish problem.
I no longer straighten my hair. I also, when I was 16, I got my first GHD. Oh, crack cocaine for the head. That's what it is.
I would tell my younger self, keep doing what she's doing, because I think it's really good that I did all these mad stuff with makeup and people like them. That was my way of expressing myself.
So I'd tell her to blend into your neck maybe. Find a colour that suits you. Don't be afraid of your freckles.
Go looking at yourself now. Is it going back to memories?
Memories. All alone in the moonlight. I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. It brings back a lot of memories.